If you got a notification about recording in progress, please accept.
GDPR.
I was committed to the idea of reminding myself to record without David having to tell me.
Now, does it literally prevent the group from moving forward until everyone's clicked accept?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
It prevents the person. It would then boot the person from the call. I think is how it works. I've never actually seen it happen though, so I don't know.
So it's clicking the got it button. Right?
Yeah, ours said.
Did anybody else have got it, or did they have accept?
I had got it.
I got it.
I didn't have either one because I hit record. My jokes don't get any better than this, folks. My do's and don'ts from this year say that enough. So, and you've all been very, very gracious to not, throw me out yet.
I think they've been awesome.
I love them. They're fun.
Oh, I was going to do that, but I don't have it printed out. Oh well, maybe next time. So I think probably everybody here has heard the story of Chicken Little and the skies falling. But what you don't know is maybe there's a story behind the story, and the story that we all know might not be true. Foxy Loxy and Turkey Lurkey laughing. Their caper was a smashing success. Well, Lucky Ducky walked up to them and said, "You better confess. The sky, the sky, the sky, the sky might just hold a surprise." Well, Turkey Lurkey said, "Guess you had to be there when Chicken Little was hit on the head, screaming that the sky was falling, and out through the gate she fled. All the animals in the barnyard ran along with her, the farmer behind, all yelling the sky was falling like they were going out of their mind. The sky, the sky, the sky, the sky might just hold a surprise." Well, Foxy Loxy turned to Turkey Lurkey. "There's something even you don't know. Tomorrow is the feast of Thanksgiving, and the farmer was sneaking up on you real slow. So I tossed an acorn at Chicken Little and whispered, 'It must be a piece of the sky.' Just needed a little distraction for us to run behind the barn and hide. The sky, the sky, the sky, the sky might just hold a surprise." Well, Foxy Loxy said, "Don't tell anybody. Wouldn't want them to find that I used my wily tricks to help you. It's your word against mine." But Lucky Duck taped the whole conversation. Should have seen the look on Foxy's face. To tell your truth and find redemption, Foxy Loxy's moment of grace. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy might just hold a surprise. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy might just hold a surprise.
Did you hear the duct tape in there?
Well, that was fun. So on Thursday, it was a holiday that Lori was off for also, and my Irish song collective friends. Every once in a while on Thursdays, we'll have a songwriting workshop or a songwriting challenge. You have 45 minutes to write a song, and so Lori got to hang out this time, and she went in one room and wrote a song, and I stayed in here and wrote a song. So we wrote two songs. The song that I wrote is called "In the Mountains Where I Live." My days stumble like a newborn colt, years race like a thoroughbred, trying to keep up but falling behind, running out of breath. More time lies behind than I can see up ahead. In the mountains where I live, dark days are coming. The leaves turn and let go and dance as they're falling. I believe these dark clouds have kidnapped the sun. Can I afford the cost to pay the ransom? Lost in the shadows as the days drift on and on. In the mountains where I live, dark days are coming, and the leaves turn and let go and dance as they're falling. Death dance for the fallen. Life and death, death and life, times are always changing. Dark days are coming, leaves turn and let go, dance as they're falling. In the mountains where I live, dark days are coming, leaves turn and let go, dance as they're falling. A death dance for the fallen, death dance for the fallen. Thank you all.
So I've
awesome.
been needing to ask, did you wrote that on Veterans Day?
Yeah.
But like, what did you were you thinking of the fallen soldiers when you said that?
Well, thanks. It's good to be writing again, to feel like writing again.
Oh, we'll be glad to have you back. Nikki, good morning.
Good morning. Licorice tea. I'm surviving on licorice tea. I meant to say good morning to the puppy. I'm sorry, Nick. I didn't acknowledge the puppy when I arrived, and he's very cute. How old is he now?
He's about a half a year, and he's just gone to bed. But he wanted to stay up and say hello to you guys.
He was it was lovely to see him. Yeah, I have been not writing. I mean, I actually did write 2 songs for the last 2 prompts and didn't upload them. I don't know what happened, but I have been struggling a little bit to get some time to write. But anyhow, I'm going to share a cover. It's a song by Tim Minchin, who he was born in the UK to Australian parents, then grew up in Western Australia. But he's done a lot in the UK, I think, and is now back in Sydney. He's got a TV show called Upright, which I haven't even looked at yet, but he's a brilliant mind, and this is one of his ballads. He's really well known for his musicals and satirical sort of pieces, but It's a ballad he wrote, and Missy Higgins sang it. So I wanted to share that one, and then I'll do one of my own. If they will let me trade, I'd give a year for half a day, just curled up on the sofa with you. We'd wander down to Cottesloe, eat fish and chips in the final glow. I'd hold my breath for I forgive you. Sometimes I feel you with me in the dark, and your faces in the faces of the strangers walking by me in the park. And reflected in your eyes is all my love and all my lies, is all my promise and my pride, is all my fear and all my fight, and all my dread and my denial. And though we cannot be together, I know that I will carry you wherever I go. I will carry you, Lord knows I will carry you. I will carry you. And reflected in your eyes is all my love and all my lies, is all my promise and my pride, is all my fear and all my fight, is all my dread and my denial. And though we cannot be together, I know that I will carry you wherever I go. I will carry you, Lord knows I will carry you. I will carry you. I will carry you.
That was lovely.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of his. I just love his writing. Yeah, thank you. This is one that was from Song of the Week 2019. It's very basic. It's like 3 chords, and I think it's probably a good song for at night because I think it puts people to sleep, and that's one of my gifts, I believe. So I once played at a nursing home, and it was actually in the Olympics when the Olympics were on in Sydney, and they sent artists out to all kinds of venues. I got the nursing home. So I'm not quite sure how it worked, but anyway, I ended up in a dementia ward. And at the end of my little set, everyone was asleep. And they actually said, that's actually a really good sign. So this is probably something like I would have sung in those days, but I wrote it in 2019. Winter blues, summer rains, green and white between. Take me to hold me home again. Days like these, brighter than the sun. Time will tell all that is come. Nothing but your voice so sweet, I will not depart. Every plea will reach your ears from every aching heart. Days like these, brighter than the sun. Time will tell all that is to come. When I fail to reconcile those little things I hide, truth will have its measure here, and grace will gently guide. Days like these, brighter than the sun. Time will tell all that is to come. Though the earth may crack and grow, though my eyes grow dim, evermore we work and show all the life within. Here beneath the southern cross, we search among the stars. Open-handed we offer up all to who you are. Now the night is almost done, dawn will rise so bright. There we'll walk in the warmth again, and joy and all delight. Days like these, brighter than the sun, will tell time, will tell all that is to come. Time will tell all that is to come.
What a sweet melody.
Oh, nice. Very beautiful. So I've moved again, and I'm really glad to be back after a couple months of having to miss it, and then 1 month where I did make it, but everything just went wrong, and my internet broke and my boat started floating away, so I had to go for a swim. I don't know whether I talked about this at a previous one, but every time I move, there's different acoustics and different songs sound different, or they make me write different songs. And I had this really reverby place, and so then I got a lot more ambitious with my voice because it felt like confidence-inducing. But this is a song from last summer, and when I was playing songs, this one happened to sound good in this apartment. Eventually, I think in April I get my old place back, which is actually the place I own that I haven't been in for 2 years. And I'll stay there for like at least 3 months. 41 souls, both hold a hole. Can't blame me, I tried. Remember you got away. Stuck in the scene, the dandelion dream, the smoke and the steam. Remember you got away. Remember you got away. And when I come home, you won't be home. Under curtains we cried, flowers withered and died. I pictured you growing far like a train pulling away. I slept on the steps, first I'd vanish the next. Between your heart and my heart, remember you got away. Remember you got away. And when I come home, you will be home. When I come home, space in the air, letters to write, postcards to send, calls I wanted to make. Remember you got away, 41 souls, a boatload to hold, can't blame me, I tried. Remember you got away, and when I get home, you won't be home. Space in the air, I wanted to stay. I wanted to stay. I came back to stay. Thank you. And this is the one I wrote this week for tomorrow. Well, I don't want to live here anymore. Got a garden growing in a field of grains. It's been a long time coming. Where'd everybody go? And there's all this changing. In a flash of light, you're out of sight. And leaves fall through an open door. Least of all, well, I don't want to live here anymore. Live for a little while, fall asleep inside. Don't live here anymore. Got a garden growing. We're not as young as we used to be. We can't live like that anymore. And I know you need to plant seeds. So drive to the East Coast through the fallen leaves. In a flash of light, you're out of sight. And leaves fall through an open door. Least of all, well, I don't want to live here anymore. Forget it for a little while. All asleep inside, don't wanna live here anymore. I've got a garden growing. Forget it for a little while. Fall asleep inside, don't wanna live here anymore. Got a garden growing. 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 Got a garden growing.
That was really nice.
Thank you very much. I still get nervous in front of you people and make more mistakes than I usually do. You think I'd get over that by now?
I was honestly having the same thought going, that's weird. I haven't played in front of anyone since last month, and that's weird. So I ask your forgiveness in advance. The vocals are a little bit rougher than I prefer, but so my 7 and 7 is actually going to be an 8 and 7 because like half of the Fearless Songwriter crew, we thought that the prompt that was supposed to be posted early, which was in fact posted early, was actually from the wrong day. So I was like, well, bonus song, I'm going to lean into it because it's also my song for week 45. So it incorporates the prompts Drink the Moon and Out of Sight. We're going to start with the darker sound and end with the more of the ha-ha. So if the order is something to your liking, it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with my daughter Jordan. So this is Luck Might Turn. it be my joy or my doom? Do I dare walk over to learn your name? Out of sight, out of mind, that's usually my type and kind. But you seem like one not going away. But you seem like one not going away. Will you cut my throat or wrap me in a warm embrace? Leave me out in the cold or always save a place? Will you break my heart with this thing on a burn? Or are you the one to show me my luck might turn? Oh, you drink the moon and the fire, you lay it all out on the wire. I hear you calling me to dive on in, deeper down the rabbit hole, never knowing where we'll go. This chaos is maddening, but I'm holding on. This chaos is maddening, but I'm holding on. Will you cut my throat or wrap me in a warm embrace? Leave me out in the cold or always save a place? Will you break my heart with this thing on a burn? Or are you the one to show me my luck might turn? Oh, are you the one to show me my luck might turn?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. And yes, so this next one is the duct tape song. Again, this is the one that nearly knocked me off a day, but I'm glad that I stuck with it. So if anyone knows anybody who wants to help pitch this to any companies that sell duct tape or create it, whatever, let's talk. Well, if you need to lose a wart or wax some leg hair, seal that old cracked commode, don't want no leaks in there. Oh, you can make a wallet or a tote bag if you dare. Make the dog a water bowl, Lord knows that he won't care. Great for any situation, no need for hesitation. You're a one-stop DIY restoration, duct tape salvation. The perfect easy fly trap or kindling for the fire. Fix your favorite fishing pole or makeshift clothing wire. You can hem your Sunday pants or open the pickle jar. Fix the mower in a jiff, don't keep that tape too far. Great for any situation, no need for hesitation. One-stop DIY restoration, tape salvation. Patching screens or canteen, hanging Christmas lights. Fix a boat in the moat before the day turns night. No matter what you're doing, just do it with great care. And remember, in a pinch, duct tape's always there. There you go. Thank you very much.
Hey,
Yay!
I'll be here all week, and actually did use duct tape last night, putting together my my new to me desk and having to keep that power strip held up just right.
nice. The desk looks really good.
Thank
a
you.
nice
I got
desk.
I got
That's
lucky
really
on that
nice.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you who are like, I don't get it. A friend of mine is moving and she gave me a desk. So I don't have that rickety plastic table I've been using all pandemic anymore. Well, I mean, I still have the table, but I don't have to use it and shake anytime I play. It's great.
So what's it called? An editor's desk or a publisher's desk? Roll top.
Roll top desk.
Roll top
Just,
desk.
just roll top.
Fancy.
It's super fancy and covered in dust. It's great. I love it.
And sounding really good, Aaron. So I think you said you were worried about your vocals, and I don't think that was necessary. It sounded
Yeah.
great.
I'm glad I hoodwinked all of you. It's great.
Nick, are you ready to go?
Yes. Does everyone know that the interesting and very true, honestly, fact about duct tape, about who invented it? It was the mum of Mickey Dolenz out of the Monkees. Does everyone know this?
I did not.
And
I 100% believe it though. So if you're
So she
messing with me,
created
well done.
whiteout. She created
No, no,
whiteout and duct tape.
no, that it was Peter Tork's mum that made whiteout,
Oh, okay.
and David Jones' mum made blue tack, and the other one's mum made paper clips. I mean, it's quite that's how they put the band together. It was people who made lots of kind of lightweight things that you find in a hardware store. It's
I'd
quite
have
good.
believed any of that if it hadn't come
It's
from him.
true. It's absolutely true. You can Wikipedia it now.
Yeah.
They would have stuck together longer, I think, maybe.
Very good. Full marks to Mr. Easterling, that's good. Okay, so it's COP26 has just finished. And they've come up with some sort of agreement of sorts. And I don't suppose any of us have read the final wording, and some people are happy and some people are sad. But that's come in the middle of Remembrance Day and Remembrance Sunday, which I don't know if those are international things or whether it's just a UK Royal Legion, British Legion thing. But it's a First World War, red poppies, remembering soldiers and stuff. I guess it's doing a similar thing to Veterans Day. But anyway, the two things have kind of conflated in my mind alongside the this week's prompt, and so that's what I'm going to play. Remember the soldier divided Europa. Imagine a future falling before you so many years ago. What is that to you? It's out of sight, out of mind. We sing hallelujah and pray for the future, that it'll get better. When it's all over, you say it's not enough. Well, don't be so stupid. It's out of sight, out of mind, your own business. You cannot boil the ocean in a day. Tear it up and throw it away. Why don't you live it up and carry on and go about your day, waiting for something to change? You're waiting for someone to say abracadabra and make it all better. We look to the future when everything's warmer, 1.5 degrees. What does it matter? Out of sight, out of mind. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, da-ba-da, ba-da.
It's really catchy.
Clock strikes upon the hour as the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. How I've done it right up to now is the light of the day that shows me how. But when the night falls, my loneliness calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. My senses spinning through the town. Sooner or later the fever ends and I wind up feeling down. Need a girl who will take a chance on a love that burns hard enough to last. So when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Somebody, ooh, somebody, ooh. Somebody who loves me. Yeah, somebody, ooh, somebody, ooh. Need a girl who will take a chance on a love that burns good enough to last. But when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Oh, wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Well done.
Brilliant, Nick. Brilliant.
It's such a sad song, it really is. Who knew?
It didn't feel sad there. No, that was great. Are we over to Lori?
So I wrote this on the way home from a meeting of the Knoxville Songwriters Association, and most of it was done by the time I hit the door at home. So it's a set out west, and just so you know, a dogie is a cow that has been separated from its mother. So this is a little cowboy waltz here. Where does it start? Oh, there we go. As the sun sets, the half moon hangs high overhead, lights my way as I ride through this valley. Yogi, get along. You left your mama, got lost from the herd. We'd fly across this valley if you were a bird. Get along. Been a long, lonely journey, many miles till home. Get along, little doggy, get along. I once was a prodigal, wandering wide. Now I wish I was home with my sweetheart tonight. Get along, little doggy, get along. My darling is weary of waiting for me. Day after tomorrow at home we will be. Get along, little doggy, get along. Get along, get along. Get along, little doggy, get along. Been a long, lonely journey, many miles till home. Get along, little doggy, get along. They say that the shepherd leaves the 99, but so must a cowhand when one falls behind. Get along, little doggy, get along. Get along, get along. Get along, little doggy, get along. Been a long, lonely journey, many miles till home. Get along, little doggy, get along. Get along, little doggy, get along. Thank you. And now to a different part of the United States, the beach. So let's see. We leave footprints by the water. You hold a floor wrapped in last week's paper. Moon rising over the bay. Harvest moon ends the summer. Harvest moon brings the fall. Harvest moon shining over the one who I love most of all. Colors fade, saying bye to the sun. Sand still warming our bare feet. If we gaze at the horizon, then the stars and water meet. Harvest moon ends the summer. Harvest moon brings the fall. Harvest moon shining over the one who I love most of all. Waves glisten in the moonlight, gently kissing the beach. Rising moon, big and bright, it almost seems within reach. Sandpipers retreat, palm trees swaying in the breeze. You are smiling so sweet. Kiss me Oh, did you record that too? I forgot to say that was a fearless prompt from back in October a year ago, and the prompt was flowers in last month's newspaper.
It's also a great prompt. Very pretty. And last, and or not least, James.
Yay!
All right, I'm gonna do one of the positive things about the workflow of my life at the moment is that this tends to line up within about a week of another monthly songwriting thing I do. So it's like a little pulse check for me every month of like, how am I doing? Am I still writing? Like, do I like where I'm going? Do I want to make any adjustments? And so I always over prepare for this, because on that one, depending on how there's one couple that joins it that are just a pain in the fucking ass, and unfortunately they're the most talented songwriters in the group as well. So it's really funny. But they, like, if they decide they're gonna just tell stories the whole time, like, and no one has the courage to say, excuse me, like some of us would like to sing, we only get 1 or 2 songs each, versus if they're not there, we get like 4 songs each. Or if they come but they're like either fighting off camera or whatever else happens, then we get 3 songs. So I like always bring like 5 songs, which is like, it's funny on something like this, because now I'm doing 2, so now I've got a choice to make. But I think I know. I worked on one with Dan Rivers for a few sessions. I don't know that he's happy with it, but he signed off on it. Might have had something to do with me threatening to drive down to New Orleans. But I think he's okay with it. I think it's one of my favorites that I've been a part of writing. Mostly for the same things that I just heard in Laurie's 2 songs, and I've heard in a lot of songs today. Just beautiful simplicity, getting right in anything, because I'm not naturally good at that, so I'm having to try to unlearn a lot of bad habits to try to write better songs, which maybe we all are, in different stages of. But this is something, and you might hear it and be like, not spectacular. For me, I like it a lot, but maybe. A little love is a funny thing. Sometimes all that stands between the bitter end and hallow once again. A little love is a funny thing. I hung a horseshoe on my door. Before I knew it, I was yours. Some changed from winter into spring. Little love is a funny thing. Little love is a funny thing. Sometimes all that stands between bitter end or hallow once again. Little love is a funny thing. Little love is a funny thing. Saw the sunset in your eyes. Stop the clock and turn the tide. Jacket's thin and midnight's closing in. A little love is a funny thing. A little love is a funny thing. Sometimes all that stands between the bitter end and hello once again. A little love is a funny thing. A little love is a funny thing.
Wow.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I'm like finally seeing some of what you guys are showing me and other people are showing me and songwriters have been showing me for years, that it's just been, I've had a block to seeing some of it, of like, I mean, it's a total PR line, but it works. Like, oh my God, how do you make these great sculptures? Oh, I just start with a block of marble and I cut away everything that's not an elephant. But like that is, I mean, that is kind of the like challenge here, isn't it? And it's like, I got to cut away way more than I think I do. What I felt comfortable preparing for whatever I was going to do within the next week was songs number 9, 12, 14, and 20 from the Nashville 24. And I thought, going with the kind of humorous theme that we've had, I thought that might be nice to do number 12, which is called Nice to Meet You, I'm an Ant, which is A-N-T, not A-U-N-T. Nice to meet you. I'm an ant. You wouldn't guess it, but I can. Bench press things that weigh way more than me. I can even deadlift. Wanna see? There was this singer. His name was Frank. And there was this song that he sang. He said I lifted up a rubber tree. And that's only half the truth. Take it from me. What really happened, what I really did. And yeah, I'm bragging here, I admit. I found a pallet of rubber trees with a sign on them said F-R-E-E, free. I picked the whole thing up, threw it on my back, ran down the sidewalk, jumped all the cracks, and I would have made it back to my place too. Except I crashed into someone's shoe. Now I'm not gonna tell you whose shoe it was, but you might be able to guess, because his voice was gold, his eyes were blue, and he got rich off me. That seem fair to you?
I love retelling stories we know from a different angle. That was brilliant. That was great.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Frankly, brilliant.
Nice.
Well played.
Well played.
Hey, Joshua.
Hi, Josh.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Pretty good. Missed the first 90% of this, but doing good. Everyone's sounding good today.
How's the baby?
He's good. He can crawl now.
Yeah.
Nice. And it was solid seeing some pups today between Joshua and Nick. So if Kiwi decides to grace us with her presence,
I felt like she has to come out during the comment about uh, the long dog.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh,
Ah,
Stretched out.
She had a big
get along,
day.
little doggy.
But she'll snap back into action once I start moving around.
My mom got a puppy for Halloween, and I asked her, "So how long have you been planning this?" She's like, "No, just today." But it's a golden retriever, just turned 2 months old. It was just this little fuzzball of energy, and my kids were they just lost their minds, and it decided that, okay, you can help keep me when I need a break from them, but then when you put me down, I'm gonna chew your shoelaces to say thank you. Okay, it's hard to get mad at that. I mean, mildly annoyed, but then it's like, but you're so cute. So, like, maybe don't chew on them, but just keep being cute.
Gotta love them. No strings attached.
Wow.
Oh.
One of the things that I'm sure we're all sort of attuned to as songwriters is hearing things and going, yeah, that's a song time. But
funny
my
you say,
mum got
Nick.
a puppy for Halloween. I mean, that's genius, isn't it?
it's funny you say, Nick. I was just thinking that you might be the person to write or possibly co-write um, a song about all the ways that we say thank you that don't really match up with thank you, like chewing shoelaces or.
Okay.
The little devil dog.
James, I don't know if you saw in the chat, but I think you and Nick should collaborate on your last song. I think the animation to that would just be brilliant. I'm
yeah.
curious to see
Yeah.
Nick's interpretation of what Frank looks like. as this ent is, is that the ent is bench pressing and deadlifting.
So I'm probably missing it, but there's a Frank Sinatra song about an ant, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you have to have the camera angle from the shoe up, from the ant's perspective, looking up,
Probably.
looking up
Yeah.
at, looking up his nose or something like that? You know why ants never get sick?
Oh God, here we go.
Because of all their little antibodies.
Very good. And and of course, you know how you sex an ant. You drop it in a glass of water, and if it floats, it's a boy ant.
Buoyant, buoyant, buoyant.
Oh no.
Why though?
Buoyant.
I love all of this, and now I'm starting to understand what it must be like to live with me, because my kids constantly groan.
Well, I'll tell you what, the times are changing because when I go to a five and dime store or anything, convenience store, I always tell a joke at the checkout. It's just kind of like a test for me to see if there's any humans in the world, and sometimes there are, sometimes there definitely aren't. But I got a couple of real young black kids recently at the counter, and I told them one joke, which they definitely seemed to understand, and I was pleasantly surprised. The joke I told them was, "Why didn't the lifeguard save the hippie?" And they look at me, initially like, "What's happening here?" And then they like snap to, and they go, "Oh, this is a joke, all right." And they kind of like, we're like, "Okay, what?" And I said, "Because he was too far out, man." And they they liked it and appreciated it. So I had to come back to buy something else. I write letters to prison inmates, and I bought the envelopes, but I realized I want to put some stuff in there that'll be entertaining for at least a little while. So I bought some like dollar puzzle books, like Sudokus and crosswords and stuff. So I was back in the line with these puzzle books, and it's the same kids. And I'm like, "Oh, cool, I can tell another one." And I say, "Did you guys hear about the restaurant they built on the face of the moon?" and they go, "Man, that Jeff Bezos, I bet he did."
They're keeping up with current events.
I guess so.
But the better part is, was that actually? I was gonna say, was that your punchline?
That was like the real world life punchline that life gave me.
Yeah, where do you go from there? Just out of curiosity, what was your punchline?
I planned the punchline to be, well, the food is out of this world, but there's just no atmosphere.
Oh. By the way, y'all, I want you to know that a couple of nights ago, Laurie listened to November all the way through, maybe more than once, right?
A couple times.
A couple of times,
I
right?
loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a lovely melody.
Nikki, what a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's a year.
Yeah.
I know. I think it should be reposted.
Can't believe it.
I think I first listened to that one on Christmas Eve last year. I just had that moment of, oh man, I feel things. This is making me emotional. My kids are like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, people are really beautiful and I really love this song. And they're like, why? And so I'm like, here, we're going to listen to it all over again. And then about halfway through, they're like, okay, does this song ever end? Y'all are the worst.
How many verses did we have in the end?
Anybody count?
13 or 14, I think.
It's like
it's quite
long, right?
Maybe more.
It's a lot of verses, and all because I was just like, can you write another one? And Nikki said, well, only if you do. And then she's like, wait, I have an idea. We need other people.
Yeah, that was cool. That was so much fun. Thank you, Nick, for doing that too.
And
I just love the way
Duncan's little girl joined in on that one. I remember.
Torches, that's my favorite part.
Is that Ella? Something?
Aaron, I love what you just said. I have an idea. We need other people.
That's a good line.
That might solve a lot of problems in the world today.
For sure.
Well, Nikki had a really great idea.
Oh yeah.
So what's everybody doing like for the rest of, like from here? It's different times in different places of the world. What do you, when you sign off of here, what are you going to go do?
Write a song.
We've got to go write a song. Or two.
Yeah.
I'm binge watching What We Do in the Shadows.
Wonderful.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I just finished it last week.
I enjoyed that series.
Bizarrely hilarious.
What is it? I haven't heard of it. What is it?
So it's the most irreverent vampire show that FX on Hulu has to offer. Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, and it follows 4 vampires that live in Staten Island, and they're familiar. They're human help, and it's just you're never really sure what to expect each episode, and then it just keeps snowballing into bigger and more ridiculous. But it's definitely not, I told someone recently, this is not something I would necessarily be talking about at work or at church. Be like, y'all should check this show out, because I'm pretty sure some of the people I work with would have a heart attack and maybe throw holy water on me for good measure.
It's all done in the style of like a reality TV show with a fly-on-the-wall documentary crew, and every so often, maybe every 3 episodes or something, they kind of break the fourth wall, and someone spots that there is a camera crew following them around. And
Not to mention the Jersey Shore kind of aside, that every episode, at least a couple of characters look at the camera to give you their perspective on what you're seeing.
Kind of like a mockumentary in that way.
Yeah.
And it's with the same casting director who cast the American version of The Office. So, and the guest stars are just, they get some of the most random guest stars, but of course Wesley Snipes makes a couple of appearances, a couple of cameos, as as the Daywalker.
I'll have to check it out. I think
just check.
love it. Yeah.
You do have the same version that we have in they've not like made a new version, right?
Well, there's a movie, I think.
Yeah,
There is a movie.
from New Zealand, the original movie, but
Oh, I haven't seen that.
But this one's the one with Matt Berry
Yep.
as Laszlo. Okay. Right.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't seen any of his work before. He's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I think Mark Hamill was a guest star in season 2 for one of the episodes, and it was just such an unexpected role. But you almost get some, because he does the voice of like cartoon Joker as well, so you get like hints of Joker. Like anyone who knows him solely as Luke Skywalker is not going to understand what's happened in the episode, but it was fantastic.
Now, Joshua. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I don't think I'm not sure what platform it's on here, but I'll suss it out. Thank you.
Joshua, you and I and Aaron are on the same time zone. Kent, if I'm not mistaken, are you 2 hours ahead now from Central?
math.
I suddenly can't hear Kent. Kent, are you Atlantic or are you Eastern?
He's in the quiet time zone.
No one can hear you.
My connection's a little wonky at the moment, so that could have been because of me.
How about now?
Now we hear you.
It's 4:15 right now.
Okay, so you're Eastern time.
Eastern.
Yeah.
So you've got some day left. You and Kiwi can go.
Yeah, we're gonna go for a walk while there's still a little bit of light left. And I don't know. I've been back to back. Like, I just got back to Ottawa after 2 years away, so I've been running around visiting people and catching up to friends, and it's been back to back. And so I think tonight I'm going to do very little. I might have a bath, if you really want too much information about my life, and maybe I'll watch What We Do in the Shadows, because that sounds cool.
I'm curious, who baths in the group? I don't bath.
Occasionally.
Okay.
I have a hot tub, so sometimes I bath in the hot tub.
Okay. I'm pure showers. That's all I ever do.
Having a kid brings back baths.
Oh, yeah.
It's guaranteed me time. Unless you,
I will see.
unless you
At this
pay
point,
your-
though, Joshua, I'm at the stage of parenthood that showering is the way to go. Otherwise, the bath will never end. Because I have a 6-year-old who thinks he's a mer person mixed with a monster and a zombie vampire. So he's just all the things.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the sequel. What
There's
We
a
Do
song.
in the Tub.
We bath.
Hey, Nick, maybe we need more vampire songs.
Oh God! Have people heard the vampire song that David and I wrote?
Yeah, we heard it. I
I think, Joshua, do you want to hear it again?
We could. It's not that late.
Let's see if I can remember it.
Now, I'm dying to know, as you rifle through something, are these printed lyrics that you're picking through?
No, they're just kind of as they're written in a book. Each year I have one of these.
A lyric book.
I can approximately remember when I write things, and just for I've got a mechanism now, which is I limit myself to two sides. So one side is just kind of like rhymes of things and nonsense as I write, and then it gets lots of scribbles out and so on, and then it gets copied onto the other side, and then it's done. And that's about as much time as I ordinarily have, and very rarely it will get recopied somewhere else. But
That's awesome.
using word processors and stuff, for some reason I just don't do it.
And anybody else notice every once in a while Nick has Mickey Mouse ears, depending on where his head is? Yeah.
You may have commented upon it before.
Now I cannot unsee.
Looking into his background reminds me of a joke one of my Alaskan family members sent me little cutout of a cartoon of a picture of a giant piece of popcorn with a guitar neck on it, and he's holding it, selling it to somebody at a guitar store, saying, "Oh, it's an Orville Rickenbacker. It's great for pop music."
Oh,
Pop music.
When did we write this thing, David?
well,
Ken
that's a
could
good
actually
question.
groan, but instead he decides to type it in the chat. That's the best.
Nikki, what are you doing today?
It's Sunday for Nikki now.
Yeah, it's Sunday. It's Sunday morning. Well, we should do church. Church has just gone back to face, like in person. But I'm not going at the moment. We'll hang out. I'll hang out with my mum. She's a bit too frail to get out to church. But we'll watch it on TV and do some gardening, wrangle a chicken or two. Pretty chilled. But I meant to have a chicken here on my lap today. I was determined to get one, and I didn't. So I'm disappointed in myself.
Aw.
Next time, maybe. Or my pet python. We have a pet python as well. So
Is that the one that found its way down to the Marks and Spencer or whatever it was?
not that one. That was just up the road from me. That was a massive thing. It was in our local supermarket. It was going through the spices, all the spices. And it was like a 12-foot python. But
It was Sainsbury's or something.
yeah, it was crazy. Even I was frightened by that. Sundays here are nice and quiet. So we've just our 25-year-old left home a few weeks ago. So we have a bit more. We've got one more left. One 16-year-old left in the house. Shift. It's quite nice. But
Hey. I was just going to say, Nick, we wrote that December 9th, 2020.
Oh, it was last year. Right. Different book then. Here we go. Explains why I can't find it. I thought it was like about 3 months ago or something.
Time flies.
It was plus or minus 9.
James, can I ask James, what was the first song you sang? The new one. What's it called?
Well, I think it depends on who you ask. I think Dan wants to call it "A Little Love Is a Funny Thing." I just want to call it "A Little Love." I think it's my song for tomorrow. So it's already on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. But again, as always, just a horrible quality, just a little voice memo.
Well, I look forward to hearing it.
I like that one a lot.
Great song. I really wanted to sing along as I was hearing it.
It's
Great song.
top shelf.
Thank you. That's helpful to hear that my instincts and my radar is not totally off about that.
And I think I'm going to vote James over Dan on the title as well.
Right? It needs to be just a short, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was born on the ocean in 1402. My ship went down, everybody drowned. What was I to do? I was feeling hollow and haunted. I had to take to the air for a week or more till I reached the shore. But there's nothing for me there, 'cause nobody loves a vampire, 'cause everyone knows what we do. I've been waiting here for 600 years for a taste of you. I've been looking for you, looking for me, looking for love, crossing the seas from above. Now that I'm free to take you home. Ba 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 talks about Fight Club. Nobody knows what we do, and nobody knows if it's true. I was checking out my reflection in a place without any mirrors. You got a crucifix for protection, but that won't help you here. 'Cause you've been looking for me, looking for you, looking too long. I won't be the time, I won't be alone. I'm always this wrong to take you home. Ba 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 Fight Club. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 Fight Club. Ba 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 ba.
Maybe you should send that to What We Do in the Shadows.
I feel like Nandor would sing that song.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, but they couldn't get Brad to come to the Vampiric Council though. But they
They
didn't
had
try
a whole
Batman.
episode where it's an earworm type of song, and a different one is kind of humming it as they go into a different scene, like they're passing it around like it's a virus.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was
So
fun.
Kent,
Thank you, Nick.
I was thoroughly confused by your comment in the chat, Kent, and then I looked at the prompt for this next week and I was like, son of a, okay.
What?
I didn't want to spoil it in case people wait till Sunday.
I always peek ahead to know how challenged I feel like I might be. And I'm so excited because I'm only 7 weeks away from actually having written every prompt this year, which was my goal. This one might be harder than duct tape. And pink balloons.
Couldn't have found a longer word?
I mean, if Disney can make supercalifragilisticexpialidocious work, I mean, we can make anti-disestablishmentarianism work, I'm sure.
I did mine
This is
yesterday,
way
and
harder.
it was less shitty than I thought it was gonna be.
Wait, did you do
was
another
that the
spelling song?
Yeah, a little bit.
Was that the rhyming word?
What's that? Yes.
Was that the rhyming word? Yes. Nice.
Yeah, my rule for myself is I'm not allowed to write the song until I post the new, because I forget after like this fall. I'm planning next year's, and so then once it's all planned, I promptly forget all of it, and then as each week comes up, I'm like, all right, I got to remember to post the next theme. So once I look at it and post it, then I'm allowed to on a Friday or Saturday. That way, if I fall behind in other life stuff, I don't screw myself out of.
James, I'm intrigued. When you're posting to them, do they sound like prompts? Because I mean, some of them you go, yeah, it's a song, and some of them you think, oh, and you just think, how the hell do you turn that into a song?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's the design process for me is, and you're welcome to submit. There's a form that Kent created that's on the site that you can submit theme ideas, but that's the goal is to be a mixture of holy crap, that accidentally unlocked my best song ever, and holy crap, I'm gonna have to work all week on this to get something that is even passable. So holy crap should be involved either way, but
I think I have submitted one song prompt. It's not come up yet.
okay. Well, Kent and Aaron and I think we need to huddle too. I know. Sorry for the long ass email I sent you this week.
I know I owe you a
It was quite
response.
fair. Yep, same.
Also, I mean, by the way, I hope it goes without saying, but if anybody wants to be more involved in the ongoing planning, please, just speak up and you're welcome to. I mean, there's no secret sauce or smoke and mirrors or anything. It's just I don't want to make it something that hinges on anyone else being willing or available. And I think there's something so nice. It's like that agape love that we hear about in some of the faiths of the world, where it doesn't
Oh, you
matter.
mean this one? This one, James?
What is that, agape?
It's agape in Greek.
Oh, nice.
Like
Yeah,
the
like
original ancient
that
Greek.
like you helping me or me helping you. I don't think it matters what qualifications we have, just the fact of one person showing up for another. So like a back rub or a trust fall or anything like that, just the connection between two humans. So for me, there's something nice about being in Song a Week, knowing that you don't have to make it work. You don't have to be the one creating it, but that you can if you want to. So feel free to, to ping me if you want to steer.
And
Yes, Joshua,
two
that's exactly what that
reactions.
means.
And when James says there's no secret sauce or smoke and mirrors, what he actually what he won't say is that what it actually is just boatloads and boatloads of James' time and effort and love. So,
Thank you, James.
Oh,
and the more that I've gotten to look behind the curtain, the more I realize how much James puts into it. The other thing I'll note is the process of brainstorming a bunch of prompts to submit a bunch last year. Gave me a bunch of different song ideas that just leaped to mind, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm not going to submit that because I'm going to go write that one right now. So it's also just a really good pre-association exercise.
that's right. You submitted half of this year's, I think.
I think I put in 20 summer, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 26. And I forgot to use one that I had that I really wanted to work in for next year. I wanted to have Liger as one of the themes.
Liger? Like Napoleon Dynamite?
And then I forgot when it came time to put the themes together. So I got all the images ready for next year, and Liger's not in there.
I mean, there's still time to change that.
That's right.
Just in
I
time
mean,
for
it ain't
Christmas.
Bonus song
Ain't 2022
last
yet.
year. Yeah, sometimes there's an extra week.
Yeah, because
actually,
Deborah curated that last week or last year.
She did, and I had an idea. So first of all, that terrified me. I thought I'd ruined everything somehow, and then I looked at how things line up, and with a leap year, I forget how it worked out, but there is literally every 4 years. I think it's every 4 years going to be one extra full week. So I had an idea that what if we make a rough rule and try it out, that the extra week in the fourth year is you have to use just that 1 year's all of the prompts in one song.
In order?
Oh, I don't know about an order. I don't know.
But then Nick is going to have to use every prompt from the previous 6 years in the same song.
Well, on
Dave?
Sunday,
I did a song recently with about 9 or 10.
Yeah, there was an awful lot in the Meatloaf song.
yeah, well, on Sunday, Duncan, Laurie, and I wrote a song. It was my first one coming back after recovering from knee surgery. We wrote a song called Front Page News, and we used 5 prompts because we missed some. So we put a whole bunch of prompts in that song.
That's awesome. Dave, I'm so sorry that you're catching us just now. We are moments away from signing off.
Oh wow! Because
Dave's just early for next month.
I just looked at the time and I'm all, oh man, it's like, okay. Oh, that's
Let's
all right.
good to see your face.
Yeah, I just
How's
wanted to
France?
say hi to you guys. It's good. It's really good. And going to Los Angeles on Friday. I'm gonna be there for about 3 weeks.
Nice.
And
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
so-
You're going to visit your sister?
sisters. Yeah,
Sisters.
and rest of the family, bunch of friends and everybody. Yeah. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? Sorry I missed your performances. I'll have to
Just
catch
talking
you
about
guys next month.
vampires, baths, prompts for Song a Week, stuff like that.
Right on. Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So what kind of prompts did you guys come up with? Vampires and bats and
Actually, a song
ghosts and
about
ghouls
a vampire from Bath. No one saw that one coming.
from Bath. Interesting. That's a
Or
pretty good one.
Pennsylvania.
What's that?
Or a vampire from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Ah, cool. Yeah. so
Because it sounds like
Pennsylvania-
Transylvania.
Yeah. That's very good. I like that.
Does he have a Sylvania TV?
Do they still make those?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder. They used to be good TVs. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. I remember
Well, it's
those
been
back in the day.
It's been a joy to be with you guys. I'm gonna go work on a song with a former 12-step sponsee and do my best not to bring up sobriety because he hasn't yet, and just show up and listen and try to be useful and not talk too much, which all of you know that I'm so good at not talking too much.
Well,
I
you
hear
have a
that.
lovely
Me
evening,
too.
James.
None
And,
of any of us know
have
what
a good
that's like
evening.
either.
It's been a pleasure seeing everyone. Thank you very much for coming.
Everyone.
Good
The
seeing
next
you
one
guys.
will be
Catch you next
second
time.
Saturday of December. What is that, the 13th?
The 11th.
11th.
The 11th.
Don't listen to
Okay.
me, listen to Kent. He's the one with the calendar.
I'll be recording a live Christmas album that
Oh,
night.
sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, about 15 Christmas songs that we've written.
Amazing.
Right on.
Do we have a holiday theme for next month's open mic?
I think last year we said
Sounds
that it
happy.
was allowed and people could do what they felt like.
So if anybody else wants to sing like an elf this year, by all means, take
Or
the
don your
mantle.
best Festivus costume.
Festivus.
What about Belschnickled? Will that count?
What is that?
Explain yourself.
Prompt. That's a prompt.
All right, I love you guys.
Bye all.
All right. Well, you guys have a
All
good one.
right,
See
it
ya.
was fun. Good to see everybody again.
All right. See ya.